Welcome, Balljollers. My name is Nacho Bidness, and today we are going to continue our cooking series. This was largely inspired by JPic O'Death and Vault Girl, who invited a number of YouTube content creators to make cooking videos, mainly people from the Fallout 4 community, but everybody is welcome. I will leave a link to their channels in the description below. Be sure to check them out if you're interested in great gaming content and also great cooking content. We're going to do taco burgers today, and we're doing those largely because I was in somebody's stream, I can't recall who it was, but I mentioned taco burgers, and there were some people in there like, what in the world are taco burgers? And I don't know if this is just a Midwest thing or not, but I have actually never made taco burgers myself. It's always something that I've gotten at like a restaurant. So today I am flying by the seat of my pants. I am making this up as I go along. I have never made this recipe before. I have never seen this recipe on a website or a recipe card or anything. I literally am just, like I said, making this up as I move along. I don't even know if these things taste good, so I'm going to take a bite right now and see whether or not I am going to publish the rest of this video, because of course I have already recorded all the parts where I put the ingredients together and otherwise gotten everything ready, and now is kind of the moment of truth. Yep, I'm totally going to publish this video. I think this is pretty good. If you try it, let me know what you think, and I'll show you what I did here starting now. So let's get started with our taco burgers. First thing that we're going to want are a single jalapeno that has been cut up and had all the seeds removed, half of an onion that I then quartered and separated, and we're going to put these things into our food processor. And we're doing this because this is just a way faster method of getting these things completely diced up and ready to go. So there we are. We're just going to go ahead and pulse this a few times. Might get a little noisy, so if you're wearing headphones, watch out. And there we go. And that is what we're looking for, is for everything to be just extremely well cut up. Now, even though this does have some safety interlocks, I do unplug this thing before I reach in to grab and remove the blade, and sure as heck before I go in to touch any of the food. So there we are. That is our jalapeno and onion mixture here. It's good even raw. We are going to take this and unlock it from the base and get this out of the way. And we are going to add this mixture to our hamburger. So just try and get all of that put in there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want most of it. Of course, I think I mentioned in the intro that I am flying by the seat of my pants on this, so you may want to add more or less to taste. I've gone ahead and measured up some spices here. I have 1 teaspoon of cumin, and hopefully you can see that. I've got 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Should make this stuff plenty spicy. And just as a word of warning, I had to measure this out twice because the first time that I measured it up, I made a small mistake and accidentally managed to get some nutmeg in there. Not an appealing combination. Next ingredient that I'm going to use here is I'm going to crack an egg in here. And I'm doing that because we've got all these vegetables in here, and I do believe that with the hamburger itself being so very lean compared to some of the other meats that I use, that I may want the egg here to essentially serve as a binding agent when we go cook this on the grill. And so I'm just going to mash these up, and after I'm done, of course, I will be very sure to wash my hands because we don't want to contaminate anything. But there we go. We just got to get that all mixed up, and I'm going to turn that into 3 or 4 hamburger patties, and we will be back here momentarily while we wait for these to, we don't want to chunk that big. We'll be back here momentarily after we get these on the grill. So I have lost the light, which means I'm not going to be able to show you the burgers on the grill. So I am going to briefly talk through what to do with that. I think that it is best to start with an extremely high heat, as hot as your grill will get. Then brush it to knock anything off from the last time that you grilled. Close up the lid again, let it get again as hot as it'll go, and then throw the burgers on with the heat really, really high. That helps sear the outside to help keep the juices in. Next thing I do when I'm cooking burgers is I immediately turn the heat down low. Almost as low as it will go. Not quite, but really, really low. That allows for some time to actually cook the burger all the way through, and especially because we used some raw egg, but just anytime you do hamburger in general, best practice is to make sure that it gets cooked all the way through. So after I turn the heat down, I shut the lid and I will flip it fairly quickly within a minute or two after the initial sear, and let the other side cook for several minutes and just keep flipping back and forth until I don't see any blood coming out of the meat. Now, do not, under any circumstances, ever take your spatula and just mash the meat down. That forces all the juice out, and you're taking all the good stuff out of your hamburger and just throwing it on the fire. So don't ever do that. You will have better, juicier hamburgers if you don't go mashing them well, if you mash your burgers, that's your thing. I don't recommend it. So I do plan to top these things with some freshly cut tomatoes, the other half of the onion that I mentioned when I was putting my ingredients in the burger, some lettuce, and some Colby Jack cheese. I had also planned to use some taco sauce as a topper in place of ketchup. Turns out that I am, I'm out of taco sauce. So I think I said that I am flying by the seat of my pants. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little trick that I like to do with ketchup. This is just, standard old Heinz tomato ketchup. And I'm just going to pour a few ounces in a bowl here. And I am going to take some liquid smoke. This is great for adding flavor to all kinds of stuff, and I am going to just put just a few drops in. You don't want to overdo it because liquid smoke is really strong. And at that point, I'm going to just stir it up, and it really adds a lot of flavor and kick to ketchup. And it's something that I actually found at one of my local movie theaters. It's like, man, the ketchup here is really unique. And one of the people that work there said, yeah, we just mix a little liquid smoke into the ketchup, and so that's all it takes. And once the burgers are done cooking, I'll be back. Here we are, finished product. And I don't know how they taste yet because I am going to plate this up and record my intro, but yeah, this was fairly easy, fairly quick, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure and hit the like button down below. If you did not, please tell me why in comments so that I can try and do better for you next time. And be sure to check out JPIC O'Death and Vol Girls channels. And until next time, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying, Bone Ape Tits.